All right, let's get to adjusting this regulator on this Umarex Notos. If you haven't seen one of these, this little 22 caliber regulated carbine, I guess. You can take the grip off and turn this into a pistol. They sell separate grips at Umarex for these. I've turned this up once and I gained a little bit, and I'm going to turn it up again. So once you shot it down where it's got no pressure in it, you can just unscrew the air cylinder off of here. And we get it all the way off. This is the regulator. This whole end is a regulator. So we're gonna unscrew it if we can. There we go, it moved. It's in there kind of tight. The regulator end's got 2 O-rings on it. They hang on pretty tight. It's not too bad to get off, but it is threaded in there a long way, and the O-rings do hang on kind of tight. And there it is. Just slips right out. Got 2 O-rings on it. And there is the regulator adjustment. So what we need to do is loosen this little nut just a little bit and put a screwdriver in here and turn the center of this. And that will increase or decrease the pressure. Let me just break it loose a little bit. Pay attention to which way this is turned. Put a screwdriver in it. I got too big of a screwdriver? No. And we're going to give this one about 1/4 of a turn. I think that's going to be plenty. Then we'll just snug the nut back up. I've already had this apart and lubricated this really good, so I'm not going to put any more oil on it. Just going to put it in here. Start screwing it in. You have to push on this a little bit while you're screwing it in. Really, really hard to get those O-rings to let it go in any smoother than that. Really long threads too. And we're just going to snug it a little bit. That's it. It is adjusted. Turn it up about 1/4 of a turn. If you want to know what bar you've got this set at, what you need to do is make an adapter that'll screw into here with an air pressure gauge that'll screw into that, and then you're going to need a bleeder on this. If you don't have a bleeder on it, as soon as you pressurize it, it is going to be stuck on there until either it leaks out or until you find a way to release the pressure. But anyway, it really wouldn't be that hard to make, and it's on my to-do list. It's just not high on my to-do list. And then we're fixing to screw it back on. It's a lot of threads. Doesn't have to be torqued, just has to be tightened down. It has an O-ring to seal it. Once you air it back up and put pressure to it, it will not turn anymore. So we're gonna air this back up and shoot it over the chronograph and see what kind of power we got out of it now. And you have to take the stock back off of it to get to the adjustment in there. It's kind of a lame thing, but that's the way it is. And Anyway, we're going to try it with it all the way in and all the way out to see what our range of feet per second our power is. Let's stop the camera and see what we can do with it. Alright, the first ones I did were the JSB 13.43s. That's what I've been shooting out of it mostly. The next ones I'm going to do are going to be the 18 grain JSBs. Anyway, let's check our string and see what we got. We got 5 shots. What am I doing wrong here? I'll review, duh. And that's what we got. I'm going to crank it up and see how much power it's got with these same ones. And we'll do like lowest hammer spring setting. You can see it's all the way out as far as it'll go. We're going to do lowest hammer spring setting, highest hammer spring setting, and see what we got with these 2 pellets with that little regulator adjustment. Alright, so with the 18 grains, this is what we got. So you see, as far as the extreme spread and standard deviation goes, it kind of likes the 18 grains better than the 13.4s, and that's kind of been the way it is with all my PCPs. They kind of do a little bit more consistent with the heavier than they do with those 13.4s. So anyway, that's the numbers for those. Let's turn it up and try them again. Alright, here's the 13.4s with the hammer spring turned up. And they don't adjust very much. That thing doesn't look like it went maybe 1/8 of an inch. So it's really not a lot of adjustment on the hammer spring, but it is some. So here's our shot string. That's not terrible. But again, those are the 13.4s. And nothing I've ever had really does a consistent shot string with those 13.4s. They shoot good, but that's about it. So let's try the 18 ones with it turned up. Alright, so here we have the 18 ones with the hammer spring turned all the way in. So that's not terrible. The 18 ones do pretty good as far as the consistency goes. Anyway, that's it. That's what I'm doing for right now. Maybe do something later on.